All right, class. So today is the 5th. It is an early release day. I'm not seeing 5th period today, so I need to go ahead and record anyway. So let's do our warm up first. Of course, we're going to write in our planner and do all of those things. Okay. Today we're going to work on literal equations. We're going to work on literal equations. That's all we're doing today is literal equations. We're going to do some guided practice and some independent practice. Okay, guided and independent. Let's write our home. We already wrote our homework down in our planner from yesterday, right? Because it's a short day. All right. I'm gonna pause, give you a chance to write, and then we're gonna go over the warm up. Okay, let's look at the warm up. Okay, look at this one. All right, good folks. We have this function f of x. Remember, this is written in function notation. Writing a equation in function notation, all that means is you're replacing the y with f of x. The number that they put in the parentheses is the value of x. This is how you write function notation. It's so simple. To write an equation in function notation, you replace the y with f of x. Whatever number they put in the parentheses, that's what they're telling you is the value of x. So if I wanted to write this equation, y is equal to 2x plus 7. If I wanted to write this equation in function notation, I replace the y with f of x. So it would be f of x is equal to 2x plus 7. That's how I write an equation in function notation. All I'm doing is replacing the y with f of x. If they happen to put a number where you see x is, they're telling you that x is equal to whatever that number is. Any questions? Okay. All right. So here we have this equation, this function here, and we are replacing it. It says, what is the value of f of 9? They're saying that x here is equal to what number? 9. And they want you to figure out then what is y equal to. So we're going to substitute or replace x with 9. So let's replace x with 9. Pause for the calls. Let's line up for lunch, please. All right, so here we go. We are going to replace x with 9. X here is equal to 9, and we're going to solve for y. So let's rewrite it. We have f of, and we're going to replace it with 9. We're looking for y when x is equal to 9. So that's 1/2 times 9 squared minus 3 times 9. Okay, so we're going to use order of operations to solve. Order of operations tells us to do all operations within parentheses. We don't have any operations in either of the parentheses. The next step to order of operations is exponents. We do have exponents. What is 9 to the second power? 81. So we have 1/2 times, we have 81 here. We have minus, let me put that in parentheses, minus 3 times 9. Okay? Next step is to multiply or divide in order from left to right. We have 2 multiplications. What's half of 81? 4. No, 35. Y'all, don't you have? Very good. Look, shh, debating when all you have to do is just multiply or divide it by 2, right? Okay. All right. So we have 40 and 5/10 minus, what's 3 times 9? We got 2 answers. Which one? Somebody said 21. Somebody said 27.
27.
Okay. Shh. Guys, please, I told you, stop making people feel bad when they don't get the right answer, okay? Don't do that because we're all going to be wrong at some point. We're not always right. Shh, don't make people feel bad. Thank you. All right, so now let's subtract 40 and 5/10 minus 27. What does that give us? Very good. So our answer here, y, is equal to 13. Very good, baby. Okay. Pause for the calls. Make sure we write this down. Show your work. Please don't just write the answer because that's when I start taking off points. Okay? Yes, babe. Oh, no. Go ahead, sweetie. All right. So, looking for another piece of paper.
So you like insert like the x equals 9.
Yep, you substitute. So when you see, because in the parentheses we had 9, right? So that means x is equal to 9. You understood that part? The equation was f of x is equal to 1/2. Was it 81? No, it was x squared. And then it was minus 3x. So you're substituting 9 in the place of x. So this, shh, guys, please stop talking. Shh, stop making so much noise so people can understand, okay? We have 1/2, right? We replace x with 9. So this is 9 squared minus, we have 3 times 9. Do you see how we just replace 9? Everywhere you see x, you put 9 into place. All right, so now this is an expression, numerical expression. So we use order of operations to solve this. Does that make sense? Okay, so the first is do all operations within parentheses. We don't have any operations in these parentheses. It's just one number. So the next step is evaluate the exponents. So we do this exponents first. 9 to the second power is what? Do you understand so far? Are you sure that makes sense, baby?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna just bring this down. Even though I could go ahead and multiply, but I'm gonna just do one step at a time. So now I'm gonna multiply in order from left to right. I have multiplication here and I have multiplication here. Does that make sense? So when I multiply 1/2 times.
If there was anyone that has not been to lunch yet, please go to lunch at this time. Last call for lunch today.
Okay. All right, so we have 1/2 times 81. When you multiply half times 81, that's what gave us the 40.5. You got it? Minus, when we multiply 3 times 9, that's what gave us the 27. And then you just subtract. And so that's how we got the 13.5. Okay. All right, good deal, babe. Okay, so let's do number 2. Did you need to write it down or are you good? Okay. All right, so the next one we have, for this function, so the name of the function is r, is here. R right here is, the x is going to be 25. The y is going to be what? 105. And for this one, it says your x is going to be 105 and your y is going to be what?
125.
All right. It's asking you for, it's telling you that this is equal to y. You already know that. What is the value when x is equal to, when y, what is the value of y when x is equal to this? Okay, they did tell you that. All right, I was getting ready to say they didn't tell you that, but they did. Okay, so let's think about it. We're looking for what y is when x is equal to 105. Where is x equal to 105? In which one? The second one. This is where x is equal to 105. When x is equal to 105, what's y equal to? 425. So here my answer is 425. This one is different. What's my x equal to here for this one? 25. What's my y equal for this one? 105. What you say, baby? You need help with that one? Okay. Did you get it? Okay. Anyone still writing? You said yes? Okay. All right, Sexton, do you have a question, baby? Do you understand how we did that or no? Okay. All right. Do you have a question, baby? Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. Number 3. If g of n, and it's the same, they just, instead of using x, they use n. It's the same thing, okay? Equals to equals to 2/10 n plus 1.75 or 1 and 75 hundredths. And this is g of n is equal to this number right here. What is the value of n? So we're looking for this value x basically. Okay. That means they gave you y. You're looking for x, you're looking for n or x. Well, no. Did they give you n? No. You're looking for n or x, but they gave you y. What did they say y was equal to? 0.75 right here. Y here is 0.75. Any ideas as to how to figure out what n or x is in this problem? What do we do? Any ideas? You replace the gn right here with this. Okay, do you see how this is equal to gn or y, right? This is the same as saying y. So we're going to replace y with what y is equal to, 0.75. Bring everything else down. Okay. Any questions as to how we got that part so far? Yes. Okay. What's your question? Go ahead, babe. Shh. Go ahead.
So it doesn't matter what like the letter like the kind of parentheses is. You can just switch out to y.
That's correct. Yeah. Anybody else? That's a good question. Anybody else? Sit up, sweetie. What's wrong? Can you tap in, Brayden? What's wrong? Where's your packet? Do you not have one? Okay. The packets are on the side. All right. How do we solve this equation? What are we going to do? Yes. Very good. When you subtract on both sides, what do you get on this side? What do you get on this side? I'm going to rewrite it over here, okay? Okay, so what do we do here? I rewrote it. I just moved it up here. You divide both sides by 2/10, or some people say 0.2. All right, so let's divide. Let me type that in. I don't know what that is. -1 divided by 0.2. And what does that give you? -5. So we got -5 is equal to what? N. Okay. Yes, baby, go ahead.
Like equation. Equations, just adding and finding the y.
Exactly. Either they're going to give you the x or they're going to give you the y. Mm-hmm. And remember, you can use any letter for x or y. It doesn't always have to be x or y, but it's in the same position as x and y. Does that make sense what I said? Number 4, we have a sub x, okay, is equal to, and this is the equation here. Then we got b sub x, or b of x, is equal to, and we got the equation here. This is what they want you to find. They want you to find the value of where you have a, and it's no operation here, so it's a times whatever the answer is for b when x is what? When x is 5. So we have to figure out what the answer is first here, and then multiply it times a, okay? Or put it in, or put this answer in for a, okay? All right, so let's do it. Let's find first b sub 5. What does this mean that x is here? 5. X is 5. So we're going to replace, we'll look at the b, the function, and replace x with 5. So for this one, it's going to be x to, or 5 to the what power? What's 5 to the second power? 25. So this is going to be 25. So now we replace, you got a here, replace this right here with 25. So now what is this saying? No, it's not saying 25a. Right, so what is this saying though? Very good, Jay. X is equal to 25. Okay, so now I'm going to take a sub x and replace x with what number? 25. So I'm going to replace x with 25. So that's 3 times 25 plus what? 1. What's 3 times 25? 3 quarters.
75.
75 plus 1 is what? 76. So our answer is going to be what? 76. Say again, baby. Oh, you can keep bringing it down. I'm sorry.
We don't solve that?
We did. We replaced 25. We replaced the x with 25. That is solving it. What's your question, baby? The 3 is a part of the equation. 3x plus 1. Okay. Do you see that? Anybody else? Any other questions? All right, I'm going to pause to give you a chance to write. All right. Homework tonight. Did we already label the homework?
Yeah, you did it on the
Okay, yeah, we did label. Okay, so this is the one I did in the homework help video. And then someone asked me about slope, and another person asked me about scientific notation. So those videos will go out at 12-ish this afternoon too. Okay, I already sent them.
12.
Put this in your folder. No, we get out at 12, so the video goes out at 12.
I'm saying, is it already 12 o'clock?
All right, let's take out our notebook. It's not 12 yet. I said the video goes out at 12. I didn't say it was 12 o'clock. Not yet. You hear the bell. 33, 34 after. All right, we're going to do some practice problems. We're going to continue on page 21. Turn back to page 21. We're going to continue some practice problems. Literal equation. If you're already finished, you can go ahead and write down number 2. It's right there, okay? Yes, baby. I couldn't. The only thing I heard was what is x equal to. That's all I heard. I'm sorry. It's the same as this, backwards. Why are you asking that? You couldn't hear him. You got? Did you understand? It's the same thing as this right here, just backwards. This is g over 6. This is g over 6. X is on this side. X is now on this side. It's the same thing. Was that what you were saying? Okay. Raise your hand if you're still writing. Get X by itself. Just do one step at a time. Just do one thing at a time, okay? It's okay to be wrong. If you get it wrong, we'll just erase it and write the correct way. Mm-hmm. Because it is a little disruptive when you do that, okay? I know you don't mean to be disruptive, but it is because people can't really focus like they want to. You ready? It's okay if you don't get it right. That's why we're practicing, okay? That's why we're practicing. Yes.
This is what's going to be on the quiz for this week, right?
We're not having one this week. And we just don't have enough time. But it'll be next week. I tried to make it happen, but it's not gonna happen. All right, we ready?
No.
But it will be next. We have a project next week on literal equations, and inequalities. You're going to be creating a poster board of those skills. Okay. So we'll have, how many days is that one? I forgot how many days I put on there. I think it's like a week. Yes. Yeah, it's a project.
Did you not get the comps? Are they going to be individual?
It's individual. Yes, baby. Oh, that's not it. It looks similar to that though, but it's just like that except for with those concepts I said.
Are you going to provide the
Poster?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, we ready? Let's see if we got it right, okay? All right, so let's solve for x. How do we get x by itself? What are we going to move? The m. What kind of m is this? Positive or negative?
Positive.
So how do you get rid of a positive m? We're going to subtract m on both sides. Okay? So what was already there is the z. Bring down the minus m, the equal sign. The m is gone from this side, and we're left with negative x. Okay? What coefficient is in front of negative 1 is in front of it, the x. How do we get rid of, because we just want x by itself, how do we get rid of the negative 1? Yes, baby. Divide by negative 1. So we're going to divide both sides by negative 1. Wait, let me ask it first. All right, so when we divide both sides by a negative, what does that give us on this side? Go ahead. Okay, and simplify it. How will we simplify? When we divide each of these by a negative, what are we at? Because we can actually divide this and it's not a problem. How will we divide this and what answer would we get? Yes. Negative z plus m is equal to x. Dividing or multiplying by negative is going to change all those signs. You don't need to because it's a 1. If it was another number,
yeah. If it's still up to answer this one, right?
Yeah. Just make sure if it's a multiple choice test, you choose the best answer. And this would be the best answer. They wouldn't probably have both of them down there. You got it?
No.
What's your question, babe? Who said no?
Oh, I was like, I'm still right.
Well, I said, do you have a question?
Awesome.
Shh, that's okay, babe. You could go on to the next one if you wanted to, okay? If you've already finished that one. Number 4, G is equal to C, A. This time you're solving for what? A. See if you can do it on your own. Okay? So what are we going to do here to solve for A?
Divide by C.
Divide by C. Okay? So here you get G over C is equal to what?
A.
A. What's another way to write this?
A divided by C.
Raise your hand if you got that one right. Perfect. Okay. Number 5. W is equal to X minus K. What are you solving for here? All right, let's do this one on our own. I'm pausing. It's U instead of W. Sorry, y'all. All right, let's try this one. What do we do to get X by itself here?
You add K to U and add A to K.
Add K to both sides. Very good. What do you get on this side?
U plus K.
U.
Over 1.
Wait. Can y'all calm down a little bit? All right. And then on this side,
You get 1x.
1x. What's another way to write?
X equals U plus K.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Yeah, baby.
So, like, you how come we didn't divide by X on this one?
How come we didn't
Divide by X.
divide by X? There's nothing in front of X other than just 1. And the whole purpose is to get X by itself. This one over here had a negative in front of it. The whole purpose, again, is to get X by itself. Okay? That's a good question. You're welcome. All right, let's do 6. G is equal to C plus X. We're solving again for X. All right, we ready? Yes, okay. All right, so what are we going to do here to get X by itself? Very good, Jay. Subtract C on both sides. Excellent, babe. So on this side, Brayden, did you have a question? Are you good? Okay. So on this side of the equal sign, what are you going to get?
G minus C.
G minus C. And then on this side, what are you going to get?
X.
Very good. What's another way to write it?
X is G minus C.
All right, number 7. This time we're solving for A. Okay, so here, any ideas? Yes. You could. Not multiply because that's gonna make this K squared. Any other ideas? That's good though. What do you think? You could multiply by the reciprocal on both sides. And what's another way? Yes. Okay, you can multiply A first. Okay, I am going to write this as a fraction, and I'm going to use cross multiplication. Okay, when I multiply U times A, that gives me AU, right? It's open. The door is open. Yeah, it's open. Then I'm going to multiply 1 times K, and that's what's 1 times K? K. Just K. So now that looks like it makes the problem a lot easier to solve. How then do we, yes, baby? Oh, okay. How do we solve for A? Go ahead. You divide by U on each side. And so this gives me on this side what? U. A. A equals K divided by U. K divided by U. Yes, babe.
Could you write UA instead of AU?
Yes. Mm-hmm. You can write UA instead of AU. Most of the time, you're going to see it's going to be in alphabetical order. So whatever letter comes first in the alphabet, that's what they put first. Does that make sense? But it is not wrong to put UA. It's not mathematically wrong to put UA. Okay. Anybody else? AU. AU. One more. Number 8.
Attention all staff members, please make sure you are logged into Teams for dismissal at this time. Make sure you're logged into Teams for dismissal at this time.
All right, let's solve for X. Okay, make sure that you put, very good, baby. Make sure that you put your calculators back in the calculator caddy, please, and pick up your cell phone. You can solve this one. This is what our starting place for tomorrow.